It's time for wiggle worms, time for wiggle worms. Yeah, it's time to get those jiggles out, time to laugh those giggles out. With today's new book, it's Wiggle Worms.
Hello everyone and welcome to Wiggle Worms. My name is Franny and today I'm going to share a very fancy book with you. It's called Fancy Nancy, written by JaneO'Connor, illustrated by Robin Preiss Glasser. Now, Fancy Nancy is a very special character, and I know you are going to love her. But before we read our story, we have time to do a little clapping. I'd love for you to join me. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. Clap them up high, right to the sky. Clap them down low, right to your toes. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. Clap them very softly and clap them very loudly. Clap them very slowly and clap them very quickly. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. Clap, clap, clap your hands together. Excellent clapping. Fancy Nancy, written by JaneO'Connor, illustrated by Robin Preiss Glasser. I love being fancy. My favorite color is fuchsia. That's a fancy way of saying purple. I like to write my name with a pen that has a plume. That's a fancy way of saying feather. And I can't wait to learn French because everything in French sounds fancy. Nobody in my family is fancy at all. They never even ask for sprinkles. There's a lot they don't understand. Lace-trimmed socks do help me to play soccer better. Sandwiches definitely taste better when you stick in frilly toothpicks. A princess is supposed to keep her tiara on. What's a fancy girl to do? I ask my doll, Maribel. Her full name is Maribel Lavinia Chandelier. Then I get an idea that is stupendous. That's a fancy word for great. Maybe I can teach my family how to be fancy. I make an ad and stick it on the fridge. Learn to be fancy with lessons from Nancy. Start today. Easy, fun, free. Soon there is a knock on my door. My family saw the ad. They want to get started right away. The trouble is, my family doesn't own any fancy clothes. That's okay. I go find, what is that fancy word? Oh yes, some accessories. Ooh la la, my family is posh. That's a fancy word for fancy. My mom twirls in front of the mirror. Why don't we go somewhere fancy tonight? How about dinner at the King's Crown, Dad suggests. Wow, my parents are acting fancier already. May I escort you lovely ladies outside? The limousine is waiting. My dad is our chauffeur. That's a fancy word for driver. When we arrive at the King's Crown, everyone looks up. They probably think we're movie stars. I am so proud of my whole family. They eat with their pinkies up and call each other darling. For dessert, let's have parfaits, my mom says. That's French for ice cream sundaes. Amazing! My mother knows French! When our parfaits are ready, I curtsy and say, merci. I carry the tray like a fancy waiter. Oops, I trip, I slip. The tray does a double flip. I don't feel fancy anymore. I want to go home.
After I get all cleaned up, I put on my dressing gown. Those are fancy words for bathrobe. I feel much better. I'm ready for a parfait. I tell my parents, thank you for being fancy tonight. I love you, my dad says. I love you, my mom says. And all I say back is, I love you, because there isn't a fancy or better way of saying that. The end.
What a fancy, wonderful story. I loved it. All right, before we say goodbye, let's sing our final song. All right, everyone, put your hands up here. You ready? Open them, shut them, open them, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them, put them in your lap, lap, lap. Wave them, wave them, wave them, wave them, high up in the sky, sky, sky. Wave to me, I wave to you. Let's all say bye-bye. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.
It's time for wiggle worms, time for wiggle worms. Yeah, it's time to get those jiggles out. Time to laugh those giggles out. With today's new book, it's Wiggle Worms.
Thanks for watching the Wiggle Worms. If you like what you see, click on subscribe and you can see more story times just like this. If you want to visit us in person, stop by the Bookworm of Edwards in the Vail Valley of Colorado, and you can pick up any of the stories you see on our channel. We also do a story time at 9:15 every Monday morning, and I'd love to see your smiling faces. If you don't happen to be in Colorado, you can still visit us online at bookwormofedwards.com, and we'll ship any of these books right to your door. Have a great day!